So today we're going to be talking about the 2021 Subrosa Tiro. Now the Subrosa Tiro has 4 different options. It's basically got a size for every rider. Real quick, I did want to ask you, if you are shopping for a bike, it's really confusing. I understand that. There's so many different options. So if you need a free recommendation from me, I don't mind doing that for you. Just go over to my website. I'll leave the link below. Fill out the form, and it'll just ask you some basic questions like your budget, your height, your skill level. I'll make a custom recommendation for you. I'll email it over to you for free. With that being said, let's hop into the review. Alright, so let's talk about the Subrosa Tiro. This is one of Subrosa's most popular bikes just because it's such a good price, and it also has lots of options, making it suitable for just about any BMX rider. It's going to come in 4 different variations, which are the Subrosa Tiro, the Tiro Large, Tiro XL, and the Tiro XXL. Now, I mentioned this in the beginning of the video about the XXL being a 21.3 inch top tube, which is actually crazy to me. I ride a 21 inch, I'm 6'4", I could definitely fit really good on a 21.3 inch, but for a lot of beginner level riders who are just getting into the sport that are really tall, it's hard to find a bike that's going to fit you. It's hard to find a complete bike that's going to fit you, and this provides a great option for you if you're really tall and also a beginner level. The Tiro also has some aftermarket components from Subrosa and Shadow Conspiracy, making it a lot stronger than some of the other entry-level bikes from a different brand. The Trio is built for brand new riders. It has a full high-tensile steel frame, forks, and bars, single-wall rims, but lots of different top tube options. So if you're riding at a really high level or even a mid-level, these parts are not going to hold up for you. However, if you're just getting into the sport, you want to learn bunny hops, disasters, 180s, and some of those smaller tricks, this is a good bike to test out. If you plan to progress and keep riding the sport, you should look at something that's a little better quality, but this is going to work out just fine if you just want to try the sport and learn some beginner tricks. It costs $359 and has a whole bunch of different color options depending on the variation you pick. So I'm going to talk about the different variations and the colors associated with them. The normal Trio, which is a 20.5 inch top tube, comes in black and it comes in white. Now the large version only comes in matte raw. The XL version comes in black and matte raw. And then the XXL version, which is that 21.3 inch top tube, comes in black. Now the important geometry on this bike is the 13.2 inch chainstay, which is about average length, and it's going to give you a good balance of stability and control, but not making it too hard to learn spins. That longer back end has a wider balance point, which means that manuals will be a little easier for you to control, and hopping higher is also going to be easier. It has an 8.5 inch standover, which is, I don't know, I'd say 9 is about the generic street standover, so 8.5 is a little bit shorter. All this does is it gives you a little bit less room to pinch your seat, which makes bar spins harder, but it's going to make tail whips easier. If you're at the level to do bar spins or tail whips, I really recommend looking at a mid-level bike and not necessarily this one. It has 30mm offset forks. The 2 popular sizes are 32mm and 25mm. So these are almost right in the middle. And with a steeper fork offset, nose manuals are going to be easier to get into, and the bike's going to feel really responsive and really snappy when you steer. And on the contrast, the 32mm forks are going to be really slow to respond and ultimately give you a better flowy feeling. Is it a good bike? I say it is, just because it's so popular and it does have some of those aftermarket components. However, it is just high tensile steel, and like I mentioned before, I wouldn't recommend it if you plan to be doing some crazy tricks like bar spins or like tail whips. At $360, it's just a little bit more expensive than the Subrosa Sono, and it does add in those aftermarket parts like I mentioned before. So to me, it really is worth the price, but I can't stress it enough. Only buy this bike if you're a complete beginner rider and you just want to learn those beginner level tricks. So that's going to be the 2021 Subrosa Trio. If you like this review and you want to see other ones as they come out, make sure you subscribe. That way you get notified when I do post a new review. I'm always working on new content and stuff that's going to help you become a better rider and grow your understanding for BMX.